Welcome to Terror Time, where I bring you the most chilling horror stories from around the world. Today I'm taking you on a spine-tingling journey through the haunted halls of the world's most infamous hotels. Grab your blankets, turn off the lights, and prepare for a night of terror as I uncover the true horror stories behind these haunted hotels. Are these real or fake? You decide. My first stop is the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. This grand hotel, built in 1909, inspired Stephen King's horror classic, The Shining. But long before King's chilling tale, the Stanley Hotel had already earned a reputation for being haunted. The hotel was the brainchild of Freelan Oscar Stanley, the inventor of the Stanley steamer automobile. He built it as a luxury retreat for the wealthy. However, guests soon began reporting strange occurrences. They claimed to see ghostly apparitions, hear children's laughter in the hallways, and witness objects moving on their own. When I arrived at the Stanley Hotel, I could feel the eerie atmosphere right away. My room was 217, the infamous room where Stephen King stayed. The first night was quiet, but things took a turn on the second night. I woke up in the middle of the night to find my bathroom light flickering on and off by itself. When I checked, there was no one there. I felt chills down my spine. Later, I learned that this was a common experience among guests in room 217. The next morning, I heard stories from other guests about seeing Freelan Oscar Stanley himself, usually spotted in the lobby and the billiard room, overseeing his beloved hotel. Some staff members and guests have reported seeing him, dressed in a period suit, walking the halls. One evening, I decided to explore the concert hall, another hotspot for paranormal activity. The ghost of Paul, a former hotel worker who died of a heart attack while shoveling snow, is said to still perform his duties. As I walked through the hall, I felt an icy chill and heard a voice whisper, "Get out." When I turned around, no one was there. It was unnerving, to say the least. With its rich history and countless ghost sightings, it's no wonder the Stanley Hotel remains a popular destination for ghost hunters and thrill seekers alike. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the eerie atmosphere of this grand hotel will leave you with a sense of unease. During my stay, I also experienced the phantom smells that many guests have reported. The strong scent of cherry tobacco, which is believed to be from Freelan Stanley's pipe, and the smell of lilac perfume, thought to be from Mrs. Stanley, often filled the air. One of the more unsettling encounters I had involved the sound of children's laughter. Late one night, as I walked back to my room, I heard the unmistakable sound of children playing and laughing. As I turned the corner, I saw two children dressed in early 1900s clothing running down the hall. When I called out to them, they vanished into thin air. The Stanley Hotel's connection to The Shining has also brought about its own set of eerie phenomena. On my second night, I woke up to find my suitcase neatly unpacked and my clothes folded on the dresser. The room was icy cold, and when I looked at the foot of my bed, I saw the faint outline of a woman in old-fashioned clothing. It was a sight that I will never forget. The hotel's pet cemetery is another area with reported paranormal activity. While exploring the hotel grounds, I stumbled upon the pet cemetery. As I was taking pictures, I felt a gentle nudge against my leg. When I looked down, there was nothing there, but I could clearly hear the sound of a dog panting nearby. With so many reported paranormal experiences, it's no wonder the Stanley Hotel remains a hotspot for ghost hunters and thrill seekers such as Sam and Colby. The hotel's rich history, combined with the numerous ghost sightings and eerie occurrences, makes it one of the most haunted hotels in the world. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, spending a night at the Stanley Hotel is sure to leave you with a sense of unease and a story to tell. My next destination is the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Known as America's most haunted hotel, the Crescent has a dark history that contributes to its haunted reputation. Built in 1886, the Crescent Hotel was originally designed as a luxurious resort for the wealthy. However, in the late 1930s, it was transformed into a hospital by Norman Baker, a fraudulent doctor who claimed he could cure cancer. Baker's methods were not only ineffective but also dangerous, leading to the suffering and death of many patients. The basement of the hotel, which once served as Baker's morgue and autopsy room, is said to be the most haunted area. During my visit, I joined a ghost tour of the basement. As we walked through the dark, eerie halls, I heard faint whispers and felt an icy hand touch my arm. When I turned around, there was no one there, but the experience left me with a sense of dread. I stayed in room 218, known for its paranormal activity. Each night, I heard heavy footsteps outside my door. One night, the door slammed shut by itself, and I felt an icy hand on my shoulder. The feeling of a malevolent presence was overwhelming. Another spirit that I encountered was Theodora, a cancer patient who resided at the hotel during its time as a hospital. She often appeared near room 419, tidying up and searching for her misplaced keys. I saw her ghostly figure one night, and it was a sight I will never forget. The hotel's lobby and dining room are also known for their paranormal activity. While having dinner in the dining room, I saw a woman in a Victorian dress walk by. When I asked the waiter about her, he said there was no one dressed like that in the hotel. The Crescent Hotel's history is filled with eerie events and unsettling encounters. One of the most famous spirits is Dr. Norman Baker himself. Guests and staff have reported seeing a man in a purple shirt and white linen suit, matching the description of Baker, wandering the halls and the basement. The basement, which was once used as Baker's morgue, is known for its chilling atmosphere. Visitors have reported seeing shadowy figures and experiencing sudden drops in temperature. Some have even felt a cold, clammy hand brush against their skin. I was on a ghost tour in the basement when I felt an icy hand touch my arm. When I turned around, there was no one there, but I could hear faint whispers echoing through the dark room. The Crescent Hotel also has a haunted suite known as room 3500. This room is believed to be haunted by several spirits, including a nurse and a patient who died during Baker's time. Guests have reported seeing the apparition of a nurse pushing a gurney down the hall and hearing the moans of patients in the middle of the night. I was staying in room 3500 when I heard the sound of wheels rolling down the hallway. When I peeked out, I saw a nurse in an old-fashioned uniform pushing a gurney. As soon as she passed, the sound stopped and she vanished into thin air. Another eerie encounter involved the ghost of a young girl named Brecky, who died in the hotel. Her spirit is often seen playing in the gardens and running through the hallways. Guests have reported hearing her giggles and seeing her playing with a ball. While walking through the gardens, I heard the sound of a child laughing. I looked around and saw a little girl in a white dress playing with a ball. When I approached her, she disappeared right in front of my eyes. The Crescent Hotel's haunted history, combined with its beautiful yet eerie architecture, makes it a prime destination for those seeking a paranormal experience. The hotel's connection to Norman Baker and the tragic events that occurred during his time add to the unsettling atmosphere. Whether you're exploring the basement, staying in one of the haunted rooms, or wandering the gardens, the Crescent Hotel is sure to provide an experience you won't soon forget. My journey continues aboard the Queen Mary, a retired ocean liner docked in Long Beach, California. This historic ship, which once served as a luxury cruise liner and troop ship during World War II, is known for its numerous ghost sightings and paranormal activity. The Queen Mary first set sail in 1936 and quickly became known as one of the grandest ships ever built. However, its history is also marked by tragedy. During its service, the ship experienced numerous deaths, accidents, and even wartime collisions. These events have contributed to its haunted reputation. One of the most famous ghosts on the Queen Mary is the Lady in White. This spectral figure, dressed in a flowing white gown, has been seen in various locations around the ship, including the first-class lounge and the grand staircase. Witnesses have reported seeing her glide silently through the halls before disappearing into thin air. I was walking down the grand staircase when I saw a woman in a white dress standing at the bottom. As I approached, she vanished right before my eyes. The engine room is another hotspot for paranormal activity. It is said to be haunted by the spirit of a young sailor who died in a tragic accident. Guests have reported hearing strange noises, seeing shadowy figures, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread in this area. The pool areas, both first and second class, are also known for their ghostly encounters. Visitors have reported hearing children's laughter, seeing wet footprints on the deck, and even spotting the ghostly figure of a young girl holding a teddy bear. I was exploring the pool area when I heard the sound of children playing. When I looked around, there was no one there, but I could see wet footprints leading away from the pool. Another ghostly figure often seen is that of John Pedder, a young crewman who was crushed by a watertight door during a drill. His spirit is said to roam the ship's halls, appearing as a shadowy figure wearing a blue coverall uniform. I was walking down a corridor when I saw a man in a blue coverall uniform standing at the end. As I got closer, he disappeared into thin air. The Queen Mary's haunted history and numerous ghost sightings have made it a popular destination for paranormal enthusiasts. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, a visit to the Queen Mary is sure to leave you with a sense of unease. The Queen Mary is also known for its haunted cabins. One of the most infamous is cabin B340, which has a history of strange occurrences. Guests have reported seeing apparitions, hearing knocking on the walls, and feeling an unseen presence in the room. The cabin was even closed to the public for many years due to the high number of paranormal reports. The ship's boiler room is another area with a dark past. During World War II, the Queen Mary was used as a troop ship and tragically collided with the HMS Curaçao, resulting in the deaths of over 300 soldiers. The spirits of these soldiers are said to haunt the boiler room, with visitors reporting seeing shadowy figures and hearing the sounds of footsteps and voices. I was on a tour of the boiler room when I heard the sound of boots marching in unison. When I turned around, there was no one there, but the sound continued, echoing through the dark, empty room. The Queen Mary's first-class swimming pool is another hotspot for paranormal activity. The ghost of a young girl named Jackie, who is said to have drowned in the pool, is often seen and heard in this area. Visitors have reported hearing her giggles and splashing sounds, even though the pool has been empty for decades. I was standing by the empty pool when I heard the sound of a child laughing and water splashing. When I looked around, there was no one there, but the sounds continued, sending chills down my spine. The ship's decks and hallways are also known for their eerie encounters. Many guests and staff have reported seeing the apparitions of soldiers and crew members, hearing disembodied voices and feeling sudden drops in temperature. The ship's history, combined with these paranormal experiences, makes the Queen Mary one of the most haunted places in the world. While walking down one of the long corridors, I saw a figure in an old-fashioned naval uniform standing at the end. As I got closer, the figure faded away, leaving me with a sense of dread and curiosity. The Queen Mary offers ghost tours and paranormal investigations for those brave enough to explore its haunted halls. The ship's rich history, combined with its numerous ghost sightings and eerie occurrences, provides a unique and thrilling experience for visitors. Whether you're wandering the decks, exploring the engine room, or staying in one of the haunted cabins, the Queen Mary is sure to leave you with a sense of awe and unease.